Well, look, we're going to be hearing from many important and inspirational speakers over the coming hours, but it is my great pleasure to invite our very first speaker to the stage, somebody who, in many respects, needs no introduction. He is, of course, the reason why we are here today. He is the man who brought us the first GPU back in 2005. He is the chairman and founder of the Global Peace and Unity Foundation, a media pioneer and founder of Islam Channel Urdu, and Islam Channel Bangla. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please give a very warm welcome to our friend, to your brother, Mohamed Ali Harrath.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن الحمد لله تعالى نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونستهديه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهدي الله فهو المهتدي ومن يضلل فلن تجد له وليا مرشدا وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله واحد وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدًا عبده وصفيه وخليله ورسوله صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليماً كثيرا. Brothers, sisters, friends from all over the UK, from all over Europe, from all over the world. Today we have with us guests coming as far as South Africa, as far as Australia, as far as Canada, as far as Gambia. So many countries, all continents are represented today here. And we're glad, after a long break, we are back. We are back wiser, we are back stronger, and we are back, inshallah, bigger, and we are back forever. Brothers and sisters, back in 2005, we started the first ever GPU in this place. In fact, before this hall was built, it wasn't there. So we used to take empty spaces and we have to kit them out ourselves, put the chairs, put everything up ourselves. And the venue wasn't as great as it is today. But what was really different is not just the venue. It's not just our age. We were very young at the time. That's nearly 20 years ago. We came in, if you remember, 2005, the atrocities that happened in London, the 7/7/2005. Prior to that, it was the invasion of Iraq. In 2003, after the invasion of Iraq, the Muslim community felt under siege for a crime, for events around the world that we have nothing to do with. But somehow, we have been held responsible for it, and we have been required to apologize 5 times a day as we pray 5 times a day. But what made it worse is the 2005 attacks, horrific attacks on our London transport network. At the time, we felt when the then Prime Minister, who was supposedly to be the Prime Minister of everyone in this country, came out, he said the rules of the game have changed. And since then, there is a targeting of the Muslim community. The Metropolitan Police and other police forces, they have recorded an increase on religious, Islamophobic attacks on Muslims. When I say attacks, it meant to death. The Imam of Regent's Park Mosque, just an old man who just leads the prayer. A thug comes after Fajr prayer, beats him on his eyes, and he left him blind for the rest of his life. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a PhD researcher coming back from her university, gets killed in the park. So I'm not talking about just things that are made up. There should be no place in our modern world to any form of racism or anti-Semitism or indeed Islamophobia. Brothers and sisters, it is on that backdrop where we have so many of our scholars. They came out, they said, Muslim women, take your hijab off, because hijab meant to protect you. Now the hijab became a reason for you to get attacked. And we had so many problems at the time. We said, you know what? We are not criminals. We have to face up. We owe no one an apology. We didn't do anything. We are not responsible for atrocities that killed Muslims, actually. And we came out and we did the first gathering. Brothers and sisters, the first GPU in 2005, it was held over 1 day only. And we have a room filled with 25,000 seats, all filled, and people are in the gangways and the corridors. Until Excel Security Service, they said we cannot allow anyone inside. At the time, one of our honorable speakers was Lord Faulkner, the Lord Chancellor, Lord Faulkner. Later on, the Justice Minister. I had a long discussion with him. He said to me, how comes you can get all these people together under one roof? We, mainstream political parties, we struggle to get this number without being heckled. I told him we are a minority. We are under siege, under attack. We are coming together for a show of unity and to express ourselves that we are not criminals, that we are here a force for good. We will remain a force for good. And since then, we changed it to 2 days event, plus side activities. So we had activities on Thursday, on Friday, and Saturday, Sunday, 2 open days. The 2 open days, alhamdulillah, nowadays are made up of so many activities. It is more than 20 activities, actually. Brothers and sisters, this year, we had an uphill struggle. It wasn't easy for us. Till now, we are seen as an extension of foreign forces. We are part and parcel of this land. As believers, as Muslims, we believe Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created the whole universe, the whole earth, and He created us. And with no planning, we found ourselves living here. So when Allah sent us to this earth to live, we found ourselves here. We are as good as anyone else. We are not foreigners. Foreign to what? Creation of Allah as a human being, creation of Allah as land. And we are ordered and commanded bi'a'mar al-ard. We have to construct, we have to be a force for good, and that's what we are. Brothers and sisters, the media out there, and I'm sure some of them. So the Daily Telegraph, they sent a request for a media pass. Okay, fair enough, you want to cover it. We are open, we have nothing to hide. In fact, as I'm speaking, this is being aired on 4 or 5 channels across the globe, beside the online. So we have nothing to hide. If we are going to have something to hide, we don't broadcast it live as we speak. And by the way, I salute everyone watching us from anywhere in the world. So who is the journalist coming? Is the reporter on terrorism and radicalization. Really? Is that what's the event about? Terrorism and radicalization. Look, they see our gathering as coming here to get radicalized and to learn how to become terrorists. How absurd is that? Brothers and sisters, there is one way or another way. There is one way to say that it will never get worse than what it is now. And there is another way to learn from history. From the Jewish community, they were well off in Germany, and they thought nothing will happen. When Hitler was coming up in 1926 onwards with his party, many argued he would do nothing. But they realized he ended up slaughtering them for one reason, for being Jews. Not criminals, not anyone. Historians are saying up to 6 million Jews were killed. How can we sit back and watch our fate? We have to fight. We have to fight back. We are not a force of evil. We are not here to be radicalized. We are not here to be terrorized as well. We are here as a force for good, brothers and sisters. Another way is to say no. We will stand for justice. We don't shy away that we stand with Gaza. We are against war. We are against the Iraq invasion. We are against Afghanistan invasion. We are against killing our Muslim brothers and sisters anywhere in the world. We are not here to make anyone happy. We are not here to apologize to anyone. When we took to the streets saying it is a big mistake to invade Afghanistan, if there are criminal elements, deal with them as criminals. But don't invade a poor country by the richest country in the world, invading the poorest country in the world. Brothers and sisters, you know what happened? When they invaded Afghanistan, we told them it's a big mistake. What did they do? They didn't listen. We're here to eradicate you guys. And after 20 years, $2 trillion from the taxpayers, including ourselves. Thousands and thousands of poor English and American lads got killed for no reason, for a war that has nothing to do with them, simply because they were part of the army. Hundreds of thousands of poor Afghani people got killed. All of this. And what happened after that is to depose Taliban from power. And what's the end result? Give Taliban the power back. How crazy is that? We told them, that's not the way. We do not subscribe. We condemn terrorism. We condemn extremism. Islam is a faith of peace, and we mean it. We mean it because that's what we believe in. It's not, we are not house slaves. We are ourselves. The invasion of Iraq, they destabilized the whole region. The whole region. When we want to depose Saddam Hussein. Okay, you depose Saddam Hussein. What did you get? You get ISIS. They don't listen. They have no reason. Just war. Where are you going with this kind of wars? And now they are telling us, because this speaker is tweeting about the atrocities and genocide in Gaza, so this speaker should not be allowed in the country. I'm not going to respond to any of those who are, we got some media requests. I'm not going to respond to any one of them. We do not apologize or respond to those who are supporters of genocide, because we are against genocide as a matter of principle. Brothers and sisters, this fight, we have to take it up within the legal boundaries. And as a lawyer myself, as a solicitor, I have to abide and encourage people to abide by the law. But we are not going to give in. Don't listen to those ones who are looking for OBEs and CBEs and want to get something, so they are the house slaves. We have to be ourselves, Muslims, peace-loving, law-abiding citizens. That's what we are. We're not going to apologize to anyone. We owe no one an apology, because that's what we are. Brothers and sisters, we have to take up this fight, not on our own, with our allies. There are so many peace-loving people across the globe. And I'll tell you something from my own experience. The most they speak up against the injustice are the Jewish community. They want a small group of Zionists who promote genocide. They want them to be the spokespeople of the Jewish community. That's incorrect. It's like coming to us as Muslims and say ISIS represents you. We have among our speakers today so many of those of the Jewish community, the Christian community, the Christian faith and the Jewish faith. Because what we have in common is the love of peace and justice. Brothers and sisters, I hope that you enjoy yourselves today and tomorrow. There is a marriage event taking place. Those who are seeking to complete their half of their deen, enjoy. And mashallah, we have so many activities, many seminars, and I'm sure you will be hearing from so many speakers who are more articulate than myself and more inspirational, inshallah, across the day today and tomorrow. Thank you so much. Enjoy yourself. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.